Hi, welcome to How to Cook That. I'm Reardon and this is my channel. You can explore all the videos below. We've got macarons, we've got cake decorating tutorials, we've got chocolate, heaps of chocolate and dessert recipes, everything sweet, you'll find it here. And I just wanted to share with you a bit of my story. Enjoy. I was born in Australia and my mum and dad were from England and I have an older sister. For some reason, me and my sister weren't allowed to do many activities out of school, so I took to riding my bike and going for long runs through the bush near where we lived. One day I nearly trod on a dugite, but that's another story. We weren't allowed many lollies unless it was a birthday, so to satisfy my sweet tooth, I loved to make cookies and cakes and desserts. After I finished school, I went to uni and studied nutrition and food science, and then did a postgrad diploma in dietetics to become a dietitian and helped people with medical reasons for needing special diets. After a few years of doing that, I resigned and started working with the young people at my church, which was in a rough area of Western Australia. I remember one night having a guy threaten me with a smashed bottle, but on the whole, it was great fun and the youth grew up to become fine young adults. Some of them asked if I could teach them how to cook, so they came over to my house and we baked together and had a great time. After writing out many of my recipes heaps of times, I decided that one day I'd start a cooking blog. Me and my hubby had our first son, and a couple of years later we had another little boy. And at their first birthdays, their cakes were quite simple, but as they got older, they started requesting what they wanted, like Star Wars AT-AT cakes and Minion cakes and drill cakes. And I learnt the basics of cake decorating from books from the library. That's right, YouTube didn't exist then. And around the same time, my hubby started running Youth Alive, which is a statewide organisation looking after youth leaders and youth groups and running big events. And the budget was really tight, so we did a lot of entertaining in our home, and I had the pleasure of catering for those things, which is where I got lots of practice baking and making desserts. Later we moved to Sydney and I became pregnant with our third son, and while I was pregnant I developed an incredibly rare allergy to sunlight, which means I can't go out in the sun for more than a few minutes without being completely covered up in UV protective clothing, which gets really hot, so staying indoors is a better option for me. Our third son was born and he was quite unwell and he had to have surgery at 4 weeks of age. And because of that, he was really underweight. He was less than birth weight at 4 weeks, so he needed feeding 3 hourly, night and day, until he was 7 months old when he caught up on his weight. To keep myself awake during that time, I started the cooking blog while I was feeding at night. So I'd learnt to type really well with one hand on my laptop while I was feeding. And I wrote out the recipes that people asked for the most often, which were, of course, desserts and sweet things and baking. And the blog took off. I filmed a few tutorials and found that people really liked to watch how to cook that rather than just reading about it. So I started uploading videos to YouTube once a week, and I was really surprised when it hit 1 million video views each month and lots of people were clicking like and subscribing to the channel. I read all of the comments that you guys make and I answer as many as I can and upload a new video each week and put the recipe on the blog for you, howtocookthat.net. So if you have a sweet tooth like me, make sure you subscribe. To do that, you can click here, or if you're watching on your mobile, you can click in the link in the description below this video. I'll see you all next week. Bye.